Good afternoon. Only 5 minutes late. Hey, let me just straighten the table up. Not that it changes anything, but I need that 90 degrees. Oh! I'll put some light on. Now, fuck me, look how I might join a gym, you know. Just so I can self-join the gym. I obviously won't go. I did actually go to the gym. I wish there are a couple of photos somewhere that would crack you up. Gail could tell you, because I Skyped Gail once. Me and Gail were talking on Skype. And she went, "Look at the size of you." And I was like, "Oh, hang on." And yeah, she went, "Look at the size of you." I was like, "Yeah." And she went, "I don't know if that's a good look." And I've told you before, I used to go to the NA meeting for Bondres, the LGBT NA meeting, because it was mad stories. It was crazy laughs. Good bunch actually. And it was Monday night, you know, just up there on 5th Street. Funnily enough, Gail's just written me a message there. I might get messages from work while I'm streaming. This is obviously a different time. I thought I'd just mix it up a bit. I'll get on to why I'm mixing it up a bit in a minute. It's to do with the weekend headaches, but I've done a lot of research. Also, thanks for the couple of people that told me about putting my water in this bottle all the time. And thank you to Ian Marzipan. I'm gonna do what Marzipan said. I'm gonna get to the bicycle shop, and I'm gonna get to the bicycle shop and get one of those metal bottles that the cyclists use. No, the thing is, Ian, I've done the dumbbells before. The thing is, the gym isn't a waste of money because over here it's a quid. It's a quid. $1. You don't have to sign up or anything. You turn up, you give them $1, you can do what you want. And they got a big free weight section that hardly anyone uses, with a couple of mirrors to check your form. I'm not going to be going in there to bulk up. I'm going to go in there to tone up. You know, I'm reaching the age now where gravity is starting to take over in my midriff area. And I consulted my old personal trainer that I had in Soho. He was a funny bloke. I met him actually at the gay NA meeting. He was as bent as a 2-bob note, but well funny. The gays can be really, they tend to have a fucking great sense of humour. I suppose they've kind of had to develop it. Not all of them, obviously. They're not all the same. That'd be ridiculous. There is definitely a tendency. But like, I'd be doing weights in his studio, and anything that involved my bum out, he'd be going, "That's right, push and clench." And that obviously doesn't sound too funny, but it did make me laugh. He was a good teacher. But I spoke to him last night just about toning up. And he said, yeah, it's easy. He said, it's light weights, high reps. Do yourself, he said, you know enough about your muscle groups. Set it up. You've got to do leg day. You've got to take days off. But he said, low weights, high reps. I remember when I was in the gym, I was doing, you know, those wide with the dumbbells. I was doing them with like 14 kilos. I could probably not lift 14 with 2 hands. But he was saying to me like 4 kilos. So 4 in each hand. He said, just do 20 with 4 kilos rather than 5 with 14. High reps, low weights. He said, it'll just keep you toned. Yes. Well, the thing is, doing leg day helps with everything else. It's a weird thing, but anyway, let's this is a chill stream. This is a hangout. We will say and search, and I do have one clip racked up. Rags has sent me a load as ever, bless him, and they will be used, but just not this one. I might stream later, but I'll get onto that about when I get onto the weekend headaches. Hello, Sal, good to see you. Hooper says biking and swimming too. Yeah, but cycling round here is not so good with all the scooters on the road. It's fuck that. I did when I first got here. I went and bought a bike. It cost me $20. Like there's loads of secondhand bike shops, And I've got this nice, you know, old sort of mid-90s mountain bike, $20. Nothing wrong with it. When I bought it, the bloke oiled it all up, checked, you know, tightened up all the nuts and went, there you go. And great, but fucking dangerous. And also it's too hot. If it's all right for if you want to exercise on it, like, you know, if you want to go and actually exercise. But the problem with that is it means getting up a speed, and out here it's dangerous on the roads if you're on a push bike. And you can't ride your bike anywhere, because if I ride a bike to a bar, when I get there, I'll just go. So yes, swimming here, no. There are swimming pools, but you have to join the gym, and I don't want to do that. But I appreciate all the help. But I do like a Chrissy. I do. Thank you, Chrissy. Very kind. Very, very kind. Always donating. That's much appreciated. But now this gym I've found, it's like £1. You just turn up, pop out some weight. So, you know, might be something. And also the other thing about having weights at home, if I go to the gym, I'll meet people. You know, I like meeting people, and I'll get to know people there, start having a chat with them, and then you go out for dinner with them, and then you might go out for a few drinks with them. You know, that's how you meet people. If you do everything at home, it's very solitary. And I don't need anything else in my life to make me sit in here. Believe me, there's a lot goes on here. So it gives me an excuse to get out, you know, and why not? So that's cool. Hello, Tim. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Steve. Have I said hello, John? Hello, Matthew. Oh, guess what? There's never been a better time to get on with my Substack. I've put Script Monkeys to one side because I'm going to do this Spastic Stories. Based on how well that stream went the other day, I thought, well, why not get these written down? Now, so there's obviously the lobster-handed girl. There's obviously the bloke at Strawberry Fair with the pipes and the sulfate. But I thought of a few others. Now, here's the clinch, right? There's 6 stories. There's 6 Spastic Stories, which gives me the incredible title, 6 Spastics. However, you know, because it's in there with Oceans and 11, 7 Samurai, but 7 Spastics sounds so much better, and it's less kind of, because 6 Spastics sounds a bit like sick, you know, sick. Now, I know it's written, but, you know, if you say to someone, oh, I read that story, 6 Spastics, it's not as clear as 7. So I'm going to have to dig deep here. I mean, there's the Down syndrome girl I pulled. I've got 6. But if I can just dig another one out, you know how I write. Maybe I'll just make the last one up and at the end go, that one didn't happen, but 7 Spastics was a better title than 6. Yeah, I'll probably just do something like that. And why not? Hello, Rags. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. Colt doesn't mind the solitary thing. Yeah, but I do, you know, look, I'm a writer. I spend a lot of time on my own writing. I work sitting here. I spend a lot of time working. I stream sitting here. You know, lovely. And Cambodia's lovely. You know, it's beautiful. It's a lovely place. It's hot. There's loads of wonderful people about. I'm not birded off anymore. So I've got to be careful about just sitting here. Now, I've given myself this week off because obviously I'm grieving. But I don't mean to take anything away from anyone who's actually grieving, but you know what I mean. No, I want to go to the gym because, you know, it gets me out of the house. Yeah, it gets me out of the house, you know. Matthew says it's gone very dark in Manchester. Hello, Irresponsible Onion. Good to see you. All right, John. Nice one, Raymondo. That crash entrance deserves a nod. Brilliant. Thank you. Let me sort out entropy early. I don't know how long we can do it, people, because I'm obviously still working. I will be getting messages from work while I'm streaming, but I have told them I'm grafting. I'm streaming, but I will tell them if it's really important, I'll have to deal with it, obviously, because that's the right thing to do. Now, let's just see if I can sign into entropy. Watched Jaws last night. Did anyone see my short? I put that. I done a short of that. I see a few of you watched it. I done a short of. I done a short of that dolly shot. It's called the dolly zoom, also known as what? It's got loads of names. The Hitchcock shot, the Jaws shot. There's all sorts of names for it. It's the one where you camera operators will probably know better, but you zoom in at the same time as you run the dolly. So it's the bit where you get that effect when Chief Brody doesn't move, but the background appears to move forward. Here, I'll show you the short so you can see it. Trigger warning, you also see a young kid get eaten by a shark. I didn't mean to put that bit in, but you know, when you're not very good at making shorts, this sort of thing happens. Do you know what I mean? But I'll show you it and you'll see the shot. I mean, Spielberg's very famous for it. Hitchcock invented it, but Spielberg used it in E.T., used it in obviously Jaws. But they come up on the screen very strangely, didn't they? The old shorts. Right, here we go, hang on. You'll see the shot. I mean, thank you, Raymond, for that. Right, here we go. Let's have a look at this. You should get audio all right, not that it matters. Oh, yeah, it's also known as the vertigo shot. Here we go. There we go. Can't make that any bigger. Check it. Here it comes. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. I bet old Hitchcock was over the moon when he had a look at that first time and went, whoa, whoa. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, 7 spastics. Right, so I looked into the weekend migraines. And honestly, people, trust me, this is on Psychology Today, which is a website I do trust. Many studies into it. This isn't some weird millennial thing. Oh, every weekend. Most of my migraines happen at the weekend, and it's because it's that release. It's because a change in pattern. It's because I don't have to work. All sorts of weird stuff go into it. And most of the advice I got was not to change your pattern. Now, that's all very well, but are you now telling me on the weekend I've got to get up early like I'm working, then work? see the issues. I mean, work, my job, not write or fuck around online. And then I found another more recent study, and it said the better thing to do is disrupt your week. Don't let your days be the same. If your week is almost identical, so my days, these are my days. Wake up, work, stream, write, watch a video or something, and then go to bed about 3, 4, 5 a.m. And they said, if possible, and they say that obviously not everyone can do this if you've got a family and if you've got a job where you have to go to an employer, but it said disrupt your week so that it's all over the place. You know, still get what you need to get done, but try not to get into a rut. Then your body won't recognize a certain day as a day when it can fuck you over. So that's what I'm trying to do this week. So let's give it a go. You know, the amount of Saturdays it's usually Friday night where I'm like, hang on a minute, I can already fucking feel it. It's coming in. And then it's gutting because that's all of Saturday written off, most of Sunday. And then just when I'm feeling a bit better, it's like, oh, Monday morning. Gutted. But, you know, there you go. Hello, Lumi. Spastics. No, it's going to be 7 spastics. Because it, you know, as a title, it's got so much going for it. You know, it will be it won't be what it pretends to be. When you hear 7 spastics, you're going to think of 7 working together, but it's not. It's 7 individual stories because I'm lazy like that. But I do like 7 spastics. How many spastics did you shake? Just one. Just one. I didn't. They are, well, sort of. Mumford is half a spastic. I don't think he's talking to me at the moment. It's snowing. It's snowing all over the place by the looks of it. China White and the 7 spastics. I'm not sure there's much smack involved in those stories. I just think 7 spastics is good. It's tight. It's nice. Hello, Mr. Sump. That's so dark, Grego. Griever. Hello, James. Nice to see you. Hello, Ralph. Raymond said Hemingway has never looked so earnest. Hello, Ludwig. Good Lord. Right, I didn't get this damn entry piece sorted, did I? It won't take a second. So yeah, I'm going to get there's actually quite a high class bicycle shop in Cambodia. It turns out there's quite a big cycling scene here. I pinned it. Pinner. Jim, hello Jim. Jim says Hitchcock films are brilliant. I don't like them. I don't like any of them. I've watched Rear Window. I've watched The Birds. I've watched Psycho. Bloody boring, man. I'll tell you someone else I don't like. Not don't like, but don't enjoy. Not a director, but I don't like Charlie Chaplin movies. Can't stand them. They're so boring. And everyone goes, oh, no, you've got to watch City Limits. Yeah, it's the first one I watched. Put me off him for life. Now, I do really like the Marx Brothers, but Charlie Chaplin, no. Alfred Hitchcock, no. So that's not great. Not great for the older films. Right, where are we? Where are we? Hello, Barney. Good to see you. Yeah, it's also called the Hitchcock shot as well. Mike reckons it's the best shot ever. It is excellent, without a doubt. And also, it's not just excellent because it's, you know, there's nothing good about technology alone, but the story it tells. This is the story that shot tells is this has all come on top now. This isn't a figment of your imagination anymore. All your fears, not yours, but Chief Brody's, all his fears have been realized. And it's almost like his reality, you know, the frame of his reality within the diegetic frame of the film. It becomes almost two-dimensional. It's like flattened, and it's like there's a shark out there. The other one, it's on, mate, and it's just like dun dun dun, and it's almost like, well, this is my interpretation. Of course, these things are open to such things, but it's almost like that moment. It's almost like the aesthetic or the visual version of when you suddenly realize you've fucked up, or when you suddenly realize something horrific, you know, when you're getting on in life and then you think, oh, hang on a minute, oh shit, I think I've just sent that to the wrong person or something, and you send it and then you go, oh fuck, and it's sort of like, it's almost like dun dun dun. You can imagine your life going duh, 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 duh. You're like, it's like, yeah, the storytelling nature of that shot is what makes it superb. Watch Vertigo, couldn't stand it. I mean, you know, I'm not saying he's not a great director. Of course not. Obviously, a lot of people absolutely rate his stuff, but not for me. I thoroughly enjoyed Jaws last night. You know, watched it from so many different angles as before, because I read Will Self's Shark and done my research about the USS Indianapolis. and all that sort of stuff. Hello, Charlie Sparkles. Good to see you. 7 brides for but there's no brides in it. I mean, I suppose you could. Day of the Deacon. I suppose Deacon could be the 7th spastic. There's a little story there. That it spawned an entire generation of people who turned up at school the next day and went, Joey, Joey. And then obviously after the hand movements disappeared, it was just, even as late teenagers, we'd be going, are you some kind of Joey? Joey became, there you go. I mean, I reckon I can pull a 7th spastic out of the woods. Don't worry about that. But I'll have to drop him in as number 2 or 3 because I can't end on the obvious filler. Unless I go, you might as well stop reading now. This next section was just for the title. And I like that sort of thing, so maybe I'll do that. But I appreciate your help, people. I did. Yes, I did. The Tarantino, is that the Tarantino one with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio? Ian Jury was a fantastic spastic. Yeah. Didn't he have either a song or an album called Spasticus Autisticus? There's loads of cracking spastics, What's his name? Brief History of Time or something. Or was that Bill Bryson? Nothing wrong with spastics, are they? Oh, we fall out all the time. We've had 5-year fallouts before. It's all right, He told me that actually it's a bit personal. Hello, Lulu, back on the firm. Popped your head in. This isn't usually when I stream. I tried to do a different time so that people who can't catch lives might be able to get in here, and I'm disrupting my headache biorhythms. James, that'll be Zen Maverick, aka. Most headaches are brought on by poor neck curvature. Fucking hell, what are you saying? Now you're calling me a spastic. Worth checking to feel if you have muscle knots near your atlas. Why does that sound amazing? James, I prefer Zen Maverick, but it's your call. Why does that sound sensual? I've certainly got a few knots near my atlas. There's all different reasons for headaches, isn't there? I mean, I went to see a chiropractor about my headaches. I don't trust most chiropractors. I do attract some. I walk down the road and chiropractors just come over to me. I do I respect the Gonstead method. I've seen that work absolute wonders. One of them had me in tears. This poor kid couldn't stand upright. He was like all hunched over, and his back was all hunched over, and he couldn't even stand upright. And this chiropractor, and he'd been like it for years, and this chiropractor just sorted him out. It took about 5 months, but he slowly got his spine upright. It was good stuff. Hello, Sally. 7 could be really old stroke Alzheimer's spastic. But the thing is, Sal, they've got to be real. They've got to be stories that I've experienced, that the other 6 are real life. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, actually, I'll tell you that maybe on Facebook. Fucking me and your other half tripping, and no. That actually could go. Not much happens though. It's just shocking. Barney has put out a white warning, a white warning, a white warning. Cycling is too white, apparently, but swimming is as well. I gave him a go a long time ago. I've gone back. I've had a look. Hello, Amy. Amy likes the birds. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I can take Harold Lloyd. I mean, you're talking as opposed to what's his name? Oh, Winky Dink, Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, I used to love Harold Lloyd. Get home from school. I want Harold Lloyd, Grain Jill, or Monkey. If you give me Blue Peter, no, stop teaching me. I've just come out of an environment where people are trying to rub this rubbish down my throat. No, I want Monkey. I want Harold Lloyd, or the other one I just said, Grain Jill. I will accept at a push the water margin, but Blue Peter can. Me and my brother used to watch Blue Peter and just think, this is for like this. We didn't know about class then. We just knew we were really poor. And me and my brother would watch Blue Peter, and we'd sort of know that this was for people with money. There was not a chance in hell that my mother was gonna. They'd say, okay, it's Mother's Day next week, so if you tell your mum to go out of the room for a few minutes, and you're like, what? And then I say, okay, all you're gonna need is some sellotape. No. Some Pritt stick. What's that? Some double-sided sellotape. Hey, what even is that? 4 empty Cura bottles. Cura? Yeah, all right. Co-op owned. Does that count? And just loads of stuff that no one I knew had. And then do this, do that, do that. Ask your dad if he's got a welder. Well, he did have a welder. I don't know where that was going. So, yeah. Hello, Gary. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. I don't like Laurel and Hardy, I must admit. James says, Stan and Ollie all day, week, month, year, lifetime. James is a fan. Duck Soup is the best of the Marx Brothers movies. It's such a gagathon. Give me a lock of your hair. No, give me the whole wig. What an amazing character Groucho Marx is. How do you come up with that? Big black painted on square moustache, silly walk, and a cigar. It's just so out of nowhere. It's very difficult for comedy to remain funny because it's so of its era. It makes jokes of its environment. But what the Marx Brothers done, and what a lot of comics who've maintained relevance do, is they tend to tap into things that are regular, or that's not the right word, that are, they're part of the human condition. I can't be doing comedians who are like, I mean, smartphones. What about them, eh? What's going on there? No. Let's talk about things that actually count. Anyway. So check this out. So I also watched King of Kong again last night. If you haven't seen King of Kong, it's a documentary about Donkey Kong World Championships. Now, if you'd have told me that, if you'd have said to me, "Oh, Danger, you want to see Donkey Kong, King of Kong," I'd have gone, "No, I don't. No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I watched it. There used to be a place in Soho, just on Cambridge Circus, that sold DVDs. This is how far back we're going. And I well fancied the bird in there. And I went into there once. I said, "Can you recommend a nice restaurant for the two of us, perhaps tonight? Any good documentaries?" And she went, "King of Kong. It's a documentary about the Donkey Kong Championships." I was like, "It doesn't really sound like me." She went, "You'll love it. It's brilliant." And it is. It's brilliant. I watched that again last night, and it sent me down a bit of a rabbit hole of computer game championship cheating, of which there's loads, and it's brilliant. Because nowadays, I mean, the Donkey Kong thing wasn't big money and that, but, I remember once when I was going to Thailand and I got on the train at Piccadilly, and the tube at Piccadilly, and there was a bloke sitting opposite me, and because I was all fucking buzzing and exciting, I was getting away from my mental bird. I was going to Thailand for 8 weeks to see the bird I was actually in love with, And, you know, when it was so lovely in Soho, I had to walk down Lexington Street and I was pretty much at Piccadilly. So for me to get to Phuket was a walk down Lexington Street, get on the tube, get off the tube at Heathrow, get on the plane, 2 Xanax and a couple of gins, time travel, wake up in Thailand. So, you know, I know when I'm on that tube in Piccadilly, I know in 2 hours I'm going to shut my eyes and the next time I open them, I'm going to be in Thailand. So I was absolutely buzzing. So there was this sort of podgy kid in front of me with like a rucksack. And I was like, are you going on holiday too? Are you going anywhere nice? And he went, yeah. He said, yeah. He said, I'm going to Nice. He was going to in France. And I was like, fucking wicked, innit? Holidays are wicked, aren't they? And he said, well, it's not really a holiday. And I said, no. He said, no. He said, I'm a gamer. And I said, okay. And he said, I'm going to play in a world championship. I think it might have been FIFA, one of that, you know, the football game. I was like, no shit are you doing that? And he said, yeah, he said, you know, there's something like $80,000 for the winner. And I was like, what? And this is going back 15 years. So these days, there's a lot of money to be had from all this. So there's a lot of cheats. If you do, what do they call them? I had it up here the other day. Speed runs, they're called. It's like, I'm going to make myself look as old as I am here. It's like playing Night Law from start to finish as quickly as you can, yeah? Video your screen and then you send it in. Now, if you can play a game the fastest, you can make a YouTube channel and you're going to have 500,000 subs by morning. So there's a lot of people scamming this, right? And I was checking them out and it's so funny. That's why you need to watch King of Kong, because all the little sneaky naughtiness in it is ridiculous. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all that, while I was working my way through all this stuff, I found a little documentary about the biggest cheater ever in Guitar Hero. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a shit game called Guitar Hero where you get this crappy little plastic guitar that's got like 4 or 5 buttons on the neck and a little bit of rubber or something here that you sort of strum. And then there's a path that shows you what buttons you have to press to make the right notes. And so there's music that plays with it. So, you know, I don't know, imagine it's like the final countdown. So it's going... and you've got to go, but while this sounds sort of going, and of course people get really good at it and then what they start doing is, look at that, he even knows him, the boy Crane knows who I'm talking about. And some of them, you can then speed the song up to like 400% fast. So it's like, and you're like, now, in this little documentary I was watching, he was saying, you know, people practice this game for years. Like some of the champions started playing it when they were like 13. It went well out of fashion, and they're still doing it, and there's still competitions, there's still world records to be beaten, there's still money in it. And I've got it racked up here. It's the only clip I've got for this stream, right? And it's just a little bit where he says, you know, some people are really, really good at it. Now, I'm going to show you the clip. Now, here's the question. Here's the bit that made me go about the barbaric and banal meaninglessness of our culture. When you watch this and when you realize that this bloke is pressing these buttons and you have to do like fingerstyle tapping like guitarists do, and you have to strum this thing something like 25 times a second, and you learn that for like 5 or 6 years, wouldn't you be a better person if you'd have put all that time and effort into learning to play the guitar? Because wouldn't it, you know, when we go to parties, right? Now, no one likes it when someone gets the guitar out. When I get the guitar out, everyone's like, I don't. Because I just play my really odd songs, my little 2-chord, I'm suicidal songs. But when Mumford gets a guitar out, he's so fucking good. He's the only person I've ever seen at a party where people don't say, oh, enough of that now. They go, no, another one. And can do, like, you know, people sort of say, oh, can you play so-and-so? And they'll go, hang on. Yeah. And then they'll just play it. And amazing. So that gives you something. It gives you something you can share with people and be amazing. These people on this guitar era, the masters of it, they have definitely put in the amount of time and effort required to be virtuoso guitarists or any musician. Have a look at the speed of some of these bastards' fingers, and all they're doing is playing along with notes on a computer screen. They've achieved nothing. Nil. Nada. Have a look. It's actually quite distressing. I think I've got it at the right bit. Audio should be all right. Let me know. Actually, I'll do a little audio check.
There's no need to worry.
Did you hear some nerd then go, no need to worry? Hello, Snoopy. Good to see you. Hello, Planet X. Oh, but they are the best. Yeah, exactly. Is Lara here? Hello, Lara. Hello, Emrys. Emrys wants Piano Hero. Okay, sounds good. Right. So check out the speed of these people who spent 10 years learning to play nothing.
About horizontal or vertical movement, but what it lacks in complexity, it makes up for in sheer speed. Without having to worry about everything else, this leaves people focused on a single goal, playing as fast as possible. Players reach stupidly fast speeds. Here are just a few clips to demonstrate what I mean.
This one's weirdly slow. I don't know why it's in this.
Oh my fucking god.
It takes many years and countless hours to reach the finger dexterity required to do these feats, and it's insane.
I mean, really? Oh dear. I mean, of all the things, I mean, if my child was a guitar hero best, I'd have to look him in the eyes and go, so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I tried to direct you, and it would appear you went the opposite direction and became adult. Stop it. Well, this is my whole point, Colt, my whole point. Well, that's it, Johnny. That's what I'm saying. It's John. I bet they get all the girls. Can you imagine? Someone says, "Can anyone play an instrument?" And one bloke goes, "Yeah. Have you got a guitar, hero? Yeah. I can do the final countdown at double speed. Yeah." I don't know. It distressed me a bit. Nonetheless, I did watch the rest of the documentary and much entertained myself with the cheats. But yeah, King of Kong, if you haven't seen it, it's a definite watch. It's a definite watch. And then, of course, And look, I know this is all a little bit passé to sort of pass judgment on computer people in 2022 because this has all been said before. But not only are there people who sit and practice not learning the guitar for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, but there's hundreds of thousands of people who watch them not playing the guitar. Some of these people, when they do these competitions, there's millions of people around the world going, no, but he's the best. Like in that King of Kong documentary, they all lick this bloke's ass. This Billy Mitchell, his name is, which I'm sure was much of a sap from EastEnders, and he looks like Nick Cave. Dresses like he dresses like an absolute dunce. He's a restaurant owner. Nothing wrong with owning a restaurant, of course, but he tries to pretend he's not. That's what's funny about it. And he thinks he keeps putting out all these one-liners as if he's like this. No, you're a computer game. You're a Donkey Kong player. That's what you do. And you've probably lost. If you add up all your hours, you've probably lost about 4 years of your life actually playing Donkey Kong. It's awful. Martha says at least it wasn't Wonderwall. Oh, good call, Ludwig. I'm glad someone did. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant. Oh, that's great. That's great to know. I know sometimes streams can be a bit too much. There's too many suggestions and directions, but yeah, I've got it racked up to watch again. It's too good. Did anyone watch the Paul Sykes documentary yesterday, the whole of it? Snoopy says, hopefully welfare makes sure they eat and have a roof because it's going to be difficult to make money on a corner playing Guitar Hero. It will. That you actually make a very good point because it's not really a transferable skill, is it? If you can play guitar, you can busk it. Well, I can't play and I've busked it. You can busk it. You can teach it. You can play it. There's various ways of making a living. If you can play an instrument to a decent standard, you don't need to go hungry or homeless in any city in the world because you can go into a bar and say, listen, I'll just knock out some nice, light cafe jazz and I'll just put a hat up or just do it in the street or whenever. And you can just do that. You're a couple of hours in a nice restaurant, you're going to get 20 quid. You can't go in there and go, hello, can I set my monitor up and play a Guitar Hero? There you go. That's an excellent. That's excellent. You could play Guitar Hero at parties in the metaverse. Absolutely, yeah. And people won't want you to play an actual guitar in the metaverse. They'll be like, no, I can play music here if I want. I want you to show me something I can't do. Mike Honk says AIDS watching will give you AIDS. Okay. Nice to see you, Mike. No, Grego, you've gained many months watching me. It's so good, isn't it? The whole relationship with his missus. Hello, Casa calling. Lost years and years to GTA and Championship Manager. I don't know what GTA is. Gran Turismo Australia. Gran Torino again. Something like that. I don't know. Truth Will Set You Free says, original Game Boy, Donkey Kong, toilet. I don't really know what it means, but I'm getting the gist of it. Look at Lulu. Arrived here recently. Now just absolutely... Oh, no, without a doubt. Lulu, the trick is not to push them into it. The trick is with anyone, make them feel like they made the decision, Because, and there's also something a little bit sad about parents asking, trying to get their kids to learn an instrument. I remember someone gave me a flute, right? I had no lessons or anything, but I pretty easy to pick up, once you've got the mouth in. Oh yeah, I've got the mouth in. And I was sitting in Block. It was when I lived in Block, which was only for a couple of weeks. I soon got out of that student hellhole. I was just sitting in my room riffing on it, right? Bit of the old Eric Dolphy. It wasn't. It was awful sound. And this girl come in and said, wow, where did you learn to do that? I said, well, I didn't. I just picked it up. She said, I'm a flute player, a flautist. I said, oh, amazing. I said, show us your flute. What? She said, show us your flute. I said it. So she come back. And of course, mine was like a 50 quid thing. And she got hers out. It was like a $5,000 thing. I said, can I have a go? She said, yeah, sure. Give it a little clean. She had a little bit of alcohol in the box for it. Fucking lovely. The difference, you press the buttons and it actually worked. And I was just playing it and she was very impressed, right? And then she said, how long have you been playing? I said, I only got it about a month ago. And she was like, what the fuck? And I said, how long have you been playing? She said, about 12 years. She said, but I can't do that. I said, of course you can. She'd done all her grades and she was now at art school on the music course doing as a flautist. I said, well, what do you mean you can't do that? She said, I can't improvise. And I was like, what the fuck? Heartbreaking. She cannot improvise because she spent all her life learning her scales, learning her pieces, learning how it's done, learning what to play. And now she's overtrained her mind in a specific direction, which she says when she improvises, she basically just strings phrases of pieces she knows together. Now, you could argue that that's what improvising is, really. I mean, when I'm improvising, I'm not just knocking out any notes. I'm thinking, but where did that come from? So that it gets kind of interesting what improvisation actually is. But I just said to her, go on, then go for it. And it took me about half hour to get her just to try. But I must admit, it did just sound like sort of bits of Beethoven. It was just, oh yeah, I see what you mean. Heartbreaking, eh? Imagine being her. She didn't leave that room happy, and I didn't stay in there happy either. And that was very. I remember I started thinking then all about that and learning to play things and the damage it can do to you. People talk about a lot. Someone said that the grammar in my stories is all over the shop and the tense is all over the shop, and I know they are, and it's intentional. There's an immediacy to it. You wait till you read the novel. Well, I'm having real dramas, not dramas, but me and my editor, it's how much of that do you want to tidy up? And I'm like, not as much as I think you do. And there's this debate about how much of that adds to the story and how much detracts from it. And, that there's no science. There's no science to that, is there? I can't say, okay, I've got a program here. Let's put the manuscript into the program and it will tell us how much it adds to the story and how much it detracts. No, it's a creative decision. Now people are going to buy that book eventually and write on Amazon, this bloke can't write. This bloke doesn't know the basics of grammar. Actually, I do, because unless you know them. Picasso said it took him half his life to learn to draw and the second half to learn to unlearn how to draw. And there's a little bit of that in there, but it does stress me out sometimes. Sometimes I'll tell stories here. I'll tell this story and then I'll break off and then break off and break off. And then I try and come back. Now, when I do it speaking, it's harder because when I'm writing, I don't forget where I was because I've got it written down. But there is a bit yesterday I was reading where there's 14 stories before the sort of, where it starts. There's 14 before it comes back to the beginning, and then I have to tie up all those 14, and 3 of them don't get tied up, which they will be. There won't be any loose ends left because that is just shit. Because then you'll be like, oh, why did you start talking about that and not finish it? That would be ridiculous. All right, let's have a look at these donations. I've got 2 come through. Mike Honk, thank you, Mike. Mike put a 5-bit into entropy, and he said money, which is always handy. And I think we got another one come through on Super Chat. Nice one, Raymond. I play a bugle. Do a superb last post. Hang on a minute. We used to have one of those last post horns. Hang on a minute. That's actually quite interesting. Yeah, because there's no buttons on a bugle, is there? It's like what is it? It must just be in one key, right? Is that how it works? So it's all in the mouth. Oh, give me a 1 in the chat if ever, when you're watching some ceremony and someone gets out the bugle, and it's like a funeral, military funeral, or Remembrance Sunday. Give me a 1 in the chat if sometimes when you're watching it, you're a little bit shitting it that he's going to break a note. I always am, because humans are fallible. Sometimes those remembrance services, the whole country is silent, well, except for certain places, and I think he's going to go. And everyone's going to go, whoa, because there's nothing like an off note when you're playing one instrument on its own. In a band you can get away with the odd note on an off note on a bass or a guitar, even singing, because there's a load of other racket, but just where are we? Hang on, let me shut down that. I haven't even put a bit of colour in my cheeks, have I? Maybe I thought they were looking all right. Oh, I've got a lovely little story. A little story of human kindness. It's not speed in spastic sulfate. Really nice thing happened earlier. So I needed to eat earlier, and the cupboards were bare. And I chopped up a banana. I chopped up a bit of melon that I had left. I chopped up a papaya, squeezed some lemon juice on it, mixed it all up. A fruity lunch, shall we say. I will eat. I've got a steak in the fridge I'll eat later. Thank you, Mike, for that donation. Machano Caprusciatatu, well thin on the ground lately. Thank you, Raymond, for that as well. Do you actually play the bugle? Or was it just a Josh? So thank you two for those donations. So this morning, right, I took my rubbish out, and it's only about 300-yard walk and 300 back. And I quite like making it because there's a couple of little cafes around there. There's plenty of nice looking women about. And also, again, since I've woken up, I've been sitting here. So why not? I just put my boots on. I leave my cramo on. Don't need to put a T-shirt on. It's hardly any preparation. And I just go downstairs, through the alleyways, out over there. I know Tony, the bloke who owns the record shop. Said hello to him. I saw Nicholas, who owns the bar. I see Hayden and Josh, who own the sort of bar and burger. I don't know what that place is really. I see Patrick who owns the chicken shop, which is called, hang on, what's it called? What's the English one called? Nando's. Oh yeah, it's called Fernando's. I see the absolutely storming hot Cambodian bird who owns a visa service, who I have been making inroads there, I must admit. Every time I used to walk past her, I had to put me sort of imaginary blinkers on because it was too much pain to see her and know that the chances are I could pull her, but I didn't want to hurt my missus. But now that door is open, she's spanking hot. A 10 out of 10 bird. What? And so I took my rubbish out, walked to the bins, said hello to all the tuk-tuk drivers that hang around out there to drop, take people. So lovely. This is my community. This is my area. So I quite like going out and saying hello to everyone, and they all think I'm a bit of a local eccentric because I wear clamours and I'm stupid. And as I got back, the neighbour next door, the old woman, who always says hello to me. Well, she doesn't. She says "Soy Saday," and I say "Soy Saday," and she says "Soksabai," and I say "Soksabai." She just come out of her door and she had 2 bags of rubbish, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'll take them," and she was like, "Ate," which is no. She was going, "Ate." You can just say "up," but it's not that polite. That's like the equivalent version of "nah," as opposed to "no, thank you," which is "Ate." Up. You can't do that to people. If someone gives you a bit of grief or something, you go If you're walking along and a tuk-tuk driver just curb crawls you and goes, you want tuk-tuk, you want tuk-tuk, you want tuk-tuk, you go And she was going atay. I said no problem. I said atpanyaha, which is no problem. I said atpanyaha, you see at the beginning, atpanyaha, no problem. And so I grabbed hold of her very heavy bags. I was like, oh, fucking hell. And she was, I can't. And she was happy. She didn't have to do it. And I've taken them all round and I put them in the bins. I was quite happy to have another walk about, to be honest with you. And when I come back, she was waiting downstairs. And she had a little bowl with some silver foil over it. And when I've come back, she's come over and she's gone like that. She's bowed her head. And I've gone, oh, okay. And I put it down on the bench and I said, Akon. And she went, Akon Chirang. So that's thank you. And it's weird, Akon Chirang, because it's like, thank you, you're welcome. But you can sort of use it initially. You can just say Akon Chirang. It doesn't really make sense. And I came upstairs with it. I'm not sure. It was some kind of mince and rice. It was fucking delicious. I was a little bit scared. Like, I put it on a chair and poked the silver foil with a stick. Thought it might be like a snake eye or something. I was like, but I noticed that it was minced beef and there was some sort of vegetables and stuff in there and some rice. It was like some kind of fried beef rice dish, but absolutely delicious. And I just thought, wicked, this beats a bowl of fruit for lunch. And I took her the bowl back and it was all lovely. How lovely is that? What? That's just lovely, isn't it? Things like that. It's nice when things like that happen. Hello, No Cat Popeye. Did I already say hello to you? Hello, Livy. Frenchie, did I say hello to you? She didn't have lobster claws. See you later, Sienna. Bye, love. Marzipan says, listening to my nephew and his mates improvising on the bagpipes and low D whistle is incredible. Ian, can you get a tune out the bagpipes? Good call, John. Thank you, Steve. It's hard work. This stuff's hard work. You never finish a work of art. It finishes you. And it hasn't. It's getting there, though. Charlie Sparkle says, I was like that on the piano till a few years ago. I could play anything as long as I had the music. I mean, that's lovely, and there's a place for that in the world. But for me, I'd be heartbroken. I'd be heartbroken because I want to be more creative. You know, I want to create. If I, you know, I want to sit at a piano and write songs. I don't want to sit at a piano and play other people's. There is a place for that in the world, because otherwise we wouldn't be hearing people knocking out all the old, you know, the great old piano pieces. But you've managed to change that. How did you manage to change it? How did you get over that? That's the interesting thing. John Palmer talks about VDJ, murdered DJs. Now anyone can be DJs in an afternoon with a laptop. You're into all that stuff, aren't you, John? I've never liked DJs. I thought it was a skillless art. You know, and people are like, oh, no, you need to know how to work a room. You need to be able to judge the room. And no, you don't. Oh, he's excellent. He is. I reckon that they actually done it, didn't they? They got some bloke and they taught him how to be a DJ in about 4 weeks, and he pulled it off. But, you know, does your editor correct punctuation for you? Yes. But there's a little argument going on there, because I use a lot of M dashes. You know, things that traditionally perhaps should be in brackets or commaed off. If Grego, you've read a couple of my Substacks, haven't you? You might know I use a lot of M dashes, but he says I don't, and I actually don't. I use the smaller dash, so he gets proper pissed, because in a 140,000 word manuscript, that's a lot of M dashes to correct. And sometimes I'll be like, comma, no second comma, bracket, and then in the bracket, something separated by M dashes. I'll finish the parentheses though. And they'll be like, well, you know, what does this add? I'll say, well, it's to do with meter. You know, it's to do with the meter. It's to do with the rhythm. You know, this, he says, look at that section. It's all broken up. I said, yeah, but look what I'm fucking going through. Look what the character's going through. I don't want you to be able to read it. I don't want you hang on. Don't take that. I don't want you to be able to read it. Well, there's more to add to that sentence. I don't want you to be able to read it flowing nicely. I want it to be staccato. I want it to be a thought that was from the past. I want it to be a projection. I want it to be present. I want it to be absent. So I want to sort of, you know, I want it to be like that, because the scene requires it. And if you tidy all that up, the punctuation is correct, don't get me wrong, but isn't necessarily necessary in the traditional sense of what punctuation's for. But, you know, you can use punctuation against itself in a way. This is why the novel's taken a while. I don't use an editor for my Substack writing, so there'll be plenty of grammatical errors in that. It's not my strong point, but I do know it. But, you know, when I can't afford the time or the money to get to work with my editor for Substack. Not a chance. Right, I've done a couple of varts. Oh, amazing. So there's a few ones. So people are aware of the old... Oh, no way. John's actually heard it happen. Oh, fuck, that must be awful. Something like a funeral or something. That must be absolutely awful. Right. Nice one, Rags. Check your Telegram. It will blow your ball. What are you saying? Danger has only got one ball, the other is in Istanbul. Or is ball Northern Irish for bonce? Frags, you're always very kind to me, but you've just semi-castrated me. You semi-astrato. Nice one, Rags. Let me have a look. That's Rags' way of saying, oi, put that clip I just sent you up on the stream. No one wants to know about you improvising the flute in 1986. Raymond Piper, thank you, mate, for that 5-bit, and thank you, Rags, as well. As you asked, Dad was a drum major in the army, was in scouts bands and army cadets. Not a things for parties, though. So you did. You actually played the bugle in the army cadets and scout bands. Wow. No. But Raymond, tell me, so, I mean, my music theory is nothing, but it's a... you can't play semitones on it, can you? You it's just like a chromatic scale, I'm guessing. And I mean guessing. Nice one, Raymond. Thanks for letting us know. That'd be quite interesting. Would you come on here and play it one day? Come on, audio only if you want, and just knock out the last post. Could you do that, or are you not allowed to? Is there some rule about playing the last post? It's taken up, hasn't it? Right, Rags, I will do as that which you ordered of me. Have I done the grift yet? I don't think I need to. People know. Entropy, subscribe star, Substack, super chat, or you can become a member. Top link in the top of the description. Right. The problem is, Rags, I'm now going to miss all the ones you sent me, and I'm not going to know where I am. Right. Am I going to lose my channel, Rags? Because it's 57 seconds. Rags, can you just tell me, is it heavily political, or can I be all right? Oh, you haven't actually got one. Oh, that's a damn shame. There you go, Otto. It's the end of history. So it's okay, Rags. So it's all good. All right, nice one. Right, here we go. That was the best grift ever, wasn't it? I might still do it later. Don't you worry about that. This doesn't seem to be a very good time for getting numbers. I was thinking that maybe some Americans and Australians would find this a kind of handy time to stream, but you know. All right, let's have a look at what Rags just sent me. I haven't seen this, people, so if it's jank, you know to blame. I've got to start. Oh, I haven't got to put the cans in, have I? I just need to do it like this. Right, prepare thyselves, people. If someone could let me know you've actually got audio, I can't make it any bigger than that, I'm afraid. But if you could let me know there's audio, because I'll just leave it running. Here we go.
That's why you're practicing. I need a schedule. Okay, we'll push one out. Damn it! Call 911 right now.
My what's call 911?
What? Hang on a minute. What, did he just shoot himself in the penis? I didn't know what happened. I missed it. He just shot his bollocks. Let's have another look. Hang on. Mr. Natras, I'm on that, but I'll we'll just watch this again because I heard the bang, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. Let's try again.
Okay, we'll push one out. Damn it! Call 911 right now.
My what's call 911?
Oh, fuck me. Oh, no, Rags, I can't show. Oh, I think I might be able to show that.
Projétil aqui, saindo de dentro.
Oh, no. I don't think you can show too much penis without a warning on. Oh, God. Bullet in the penis. It's a terrible shaped cock as well. It tapers. It was when he leant forward, wasn't it? He leant forward. I'm trying to think. Maybe a crease in his jeans, or maybe he's got a button fly. He's certainly got a button penis now. Maybe his button fly got in the trigger. Should have had the safety on, but maybe he did have the safety on. Something else open. Oh, fucking hell. Why has he got it down the front of his pants like he's some kind of gangster? He was in an office, wasn't he? Yes, that was his cock. Hello, RMF. Ball hair trigger. Right. Let's go back to Mr. Natras. Thanks, Rags. I feel quite... Poke the Bear said this is a good time for him, this stream. Oh, good. Well, I just went like that. That one when you do that and it's not very good. Hello, Packer. Nice to see you. Hello, Mrs. Packer, if you're on the sofa in the background. Mr. Natras says, still banging on about sharks. Oh, no, mate. I watched the whole of Jaws last night. I started the stream talking about them. Still banging on about sharks, but can I recommend the Malibu Artist on YouTube? Drone footage of great whites checking out surfers and swimmers, and they don't even know why they are sniffing their toes. You can not only recommend it, but I'm going there immediately. That sounds amazing. Hoy on that donation, Mr. Natras, and hoy on that tip. I've got to see that. I think I've seen something like it before. You can just see the massive shadows of these sharks sort of around the surfers. Oh, this sounds like it's going to be amazing. The Malibu Artist. There you go. Shark attack. Brilliant. Say, oh my God, it looks amazing. Hang on. Right. Mr. Natras, do we want you tell me, 2 kids swim near, oh my days, you're in for an absolute treat, you lovely bastards. Do we want 2 kids swimming near a great white, or do we want best great white shark drone footage? There's a couple of options there. Do you know which one? Let's see what Mr. Natras says. RMF is having phantom pains. I think most of the men here actually were a little bit, ow. What do they call it when a lady gets pregnant and a sympathy pregnancy? Are we having sympathy cock shots? They're not very powerful guns, though, are they, Glocks? When I first ever fired handguns in Thailand, I was most disappointed that they just went pew, pew. I was used to movies where those 9mm guns go pew, and I was like, I don't really need these headphones, do I? But I did have 2 Thai girls in matching bikinis and stilettos standing either side of me, so fuck the gun. Where's Mr. Natras? The near misses are good. Oh, I don't know what one that is. All right, hang on. There's so many. Okay, we'll have a look at this one. It's all
this shot.
Right. Okay, people. Let's dine out on a little bit of. So this is the Malibu Artist. If you want to subscribe, this looks amazing. It's 7 minutes. I'd like to say we won't watch it all, but I really want to. Look, Hooper's the same as me. Yes, Emrys. I love that Shark Week. They're incredible, though, aren't they? Right, this is a good call. This is look at John hoping they do as well. Not. I don't think you're at home going, no, I don't want to see that. Right, let's have a look. Hello, Pizzle. Nice to see you. Right, here we go. These look good. If the thumbnails are anything to go by, which they never are. Oh, look at it already. Fucking hell. I'd like to apologise in advance to anyone who's suffered shark attacks, because I am making a bit of a thing of it. Sorry, people. Let's make sure we've got the audio. Now, I have to mute my end, so... let me get let me sort out the headphones, and we'll start the whole damn thing again. Steve Cray says kids with killer whales too. What a lovely bunch of people we turned out to be. People know this stuff. There's also another brilliant one where a giant tortoise falls on a cat. Right, where are we? Sally from Dartford. Christopher, cousin Christopher was in here just the other day. Nice to see him. We have connected. We have connection. Right, we should be all right. If someone could give me an audio test, though, just to let me know. Otherwise, you'll be watching The Fear in Silence. Here we go. Finally, we got there.
Pretty much sums up 2020 for me.
Hang on, we can't have it start with him go, yeah. Let's try again.
This shot pretty much sums up 2020 for me. The beaches were socially distant, but not too far in the distance, the white sharks enjoyed their home. Unknown to many, for now. This is a collection of some of my favorite clips I've captured of these magnificent animals this
me too.
year. Some clips you may have seen already, but I've put a few in here I've never shared before.
Wow. I'm never going
The
in
scenes
the water.
where I film white sharks near the shore are always my favorite, usually because that's where the water's.
Hang on a minute. Listen to the way he's talking about it. They're always my favourite when they're near to the shore, because that's where the water's the clearest. No. No, that's not why you've got 5 million views. Even the music, he's trying to play it off as a nature documentary. No, this is just fear porn, and you know it.
Are clearest, but also because that's where I witness most sharks interacting with other wildlife.
That's a wicked way of saying seeing them near people. There you go. That's where the people are. This is amazing. Soon to be renamed the Dirty Colonial Shark.
Like this shot of a shark gliding through thousands upon thousands of anchovies. Definitely one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, one of mine. Come on, cut to the chase, mate. You know why we're here.
These juvenile great whites love the warmth of the shallow water. And as you can see in this clip, the sharks love riding the waves too. But in the summer, they show up in greater numbers.
Fucking hell. They reckon that most shark attacks on humans happen in shallow water, didn't they? That was the line that done me, Mr. Sump. Interacting with wildlife. Another one. Hello, Moses Tash. He means the water is clearest so you can see the blood-curdling carnage better. Oh, Lord, this is too good. Hang on, let me check the trash, because otherwise we might have it wrong. These are shots. There are shots on Malabaratis where the great whites are right on their toes and the surfers can see them. Well, let's see if there's any. Oh, yeah, I think there's. Well, I think people are. I think we can run with this because people are into it, without a doubt.
There's also
they are
something
beautiful.
else that loves the warm water in the summer. humans. I
Here we go.
filmed many encounters this
Whoa!
year, such as this one with the kids in the waves, unknowingly swimming next to a shark. Don't worry, I was close enough in this instance to warn the parents, who
You lying bastard. But I didn't for the shot.
cautiously took the kids out of the water.
No! You're... This geezer's... Look! He's there! Look! Oh my days!
But sometimes I'm too far away to warn anybody.
So
That's
I just
exactly
keep
what
filming.
happened in this clip. Now, you may have already watched.
Hang on a minute. What are we talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, there's 4. They're all white sharks, are they? Hang on, what the fuck is this? Is this a swimmer?
Watch this, but it's certainly the closest
Yeah.
white shark and swimmer encounter I filmed in 2020. I never found out who this man is, but if you are out there,
I couldn't recognize him from 2 rib bones. Fucking hell.
I'd love to hear about your experience and the actions you took.
Holy hell. Holy hell. Hello, Isaac. Isaac says this dude is full of it. He prays every day he catches an attack on film. The channel is called, I've forgotten already. Mr. Natras will be able to tell you. I won't be able to tell you. Oh, there you go. The Malibu artist. Did you like that, Bizzle? Look at that, though. That's fucking terrifying. Now, hang on a minute. All right, okay. Let's just circle back. Now, I think tiger sharks are more aggressive, aren't they, than great whites? I don't think any great whites are actually man hunters or man eaters. Isn't that the case? I mean, they will eat you if they're hungry, but they tend to go for things that they think are their natural prey, which is things like otters and that. Is that right? I'm not sure, but I think that I don't think they naturally think, oh, let's get down to the coast and eat some humans. This is just something that decades of shark movies have told us. Anyway, a little bit more of this is good stuff.
Initially, the swimmer did a very good job in not to panic and by keeping the shark in front of him. But if you watch the whole clip in the link above, you will see the swimmer actually swam towards the shark a couple times, rather than continue retreating to safety.
Whoa. No, he didn't. He's fucked off. Wow. So what's the idea? What's going on here? Oh, you can't see it under my thing. There's like a batarang. They are incredible, though. Let's be honest. That's amazing.
The other encounters that were memorable this year involved dolphins. Often, I'd film a pod of dolphins like
You can poke your dolphins. Let's see if we can get some more. Let's go back to the other one. Yeah, 2 kids swim next to a great white shark. Let's have a look at this. Oh, don't do this to me. Have you got sound, people? Wow, look at the size of that one. Beautiful, though. Isn't it crazy? I mean, most of us here are thank you, Steve, for the audio check. Most of us here are English, or at least British. And, you know, it says there that shark warning signs are on the beach. If an English person saw a shark warning sign on the beach, they're going home. They're not even going to hang around on the beach. But you get these Australians and these Americans, and they're like, yeah, well, you know, they don't really attack humans, you know. They actually get in the water. Honestly, I've been in water knee deep, clear as day, and all I'm thinking about is sharks. That's it. Like my girlfriend's there and she's like in the water and I'm like, yeah. And all I'm thinking of, I bet a shark could have my foot off before I saw it. It just, it's all I'm thinking about. When I go in the sea, I'm only thinking about sharks from the minute I get in to that amazing sense of relief I get when I'm out of the water. Oh, yes, without a doubt, the jellyfish as well. Yeah, which there was a box jellyfish about to eat my Vietnamese girlfriend's leg. Graham Natras lives 2 miles from the Get Carter. More likely to die of pollution than a shark. Yeah, I don't think the English have got much to worry about. Apparently, there's a lot of basking sharks down off of the south coast, though, apparently. Well, Poke the Bear mentions menstruating women, but apparently it's urine. Urine is the big problem. There's some footage of a surfer that gets attacked by 2 sharks at the same time. And he said that he had a piss. And sharks, they're quite onto them. RMF spent 4 months in Thailand and has spent a ridiculous amount of time in the sea and didn't see a single shark. Well, do you remember my story, RMF, where me and that TV chef, she's dived off we got the driver of the boat to dive in first. We were not right in the middle of the ocean, but about 200 yards out. And we were like, can you go in the sea here? And I was thinking, oh no, a girl's going to dive in the fucking ocean. I'm going to have to man up and join her. And the captains and these Thai blokes were like, yeah, no problem. And I went, you do it. So we had our own beach. We had this speedboat with 4 outboard motors. This was because Gizzy was writing for the Telegraph. We had all this on the Telegraph. It was amazing. Or was it the Sunday Times? One of the two. And so this geezer's just jumped in, fully dressed, jumped in, swam about a bit and got back on the boat. So then Gizzy's gone, well, come on then. I've got this on camera somewhere. I've got a video of it. So she dives in and I'm like, bollocks. Why did she have to do that? And so she's going, come on, Chris, it's lovely. And I'm like, yeah, it looks great. It looks lovely. And I'll tell you what, I've dived in, and as soon as my fingers hit the water, the fear just, even as I went down, I was trying to steer back to the boat. And as I got up, I was like, and the other girl, Zoe, bless her, who was on the boat, was crying with laughter, the obvious terror in my face. But I thought I was sort of styling it a bit, and she was like, didn't spend long in there, no, Chris. Now, here's the kicker, though. So the area, and I've shown you it on this channel, it's a place called Sri Panwar. You're paying $5,000 for one night in one of these villas. But because Gizzy was going to talk about Sri Panwar in a review, that's why we got it for free. Because in the Sunday Times, the colour supplement, we also spent a few nights at Sri Panwar, where we smoked opium and got shit-faced all day and every day. That bit didn't make it into the article. It did make it into the novel, though, but I'll be giving her a different name. But that resort, Sri Panwar, I'll show you a bit of it in a minute. Let me just get it up on here. You'll see it's such luxury. It's incredible. Certainly not what I'm used to. Was up like on cliffs. You had to get like this you had to go down loads of steps to get to our little private beach. Later that afternoon, we were up in the villa looking over the sea, and you could see the bit that we'd gone in the sea, and we saw sharks. I said to her, look where we were. And it wasn't as close up as that, but you could see these massive long shadows just So I was like, oh no, never. I'm not even going to drink any more water. It's so frightening. Let's have a look at a bit more of this though. What? You mean they're hungry? Exactly.
I often see sharks I recognize through the months.
How big are we saying that is? 2.5 meters?
This is one of them.
Not that one.
Notice
the
the
other
two
one.
scars on its pectoral fin,
I do.
likely from an encounter with another shark or a seal. This is
Or
a
a
natural
child.
scar. But not all scars are natural, and unfortunately, I'm witnessing more and more human-induced scars and injuries on white sharks. Recently, I had a viewer tell me that there may be targeted white shark fishing occurring off the California coast. So I set out to find proof. And this week, I found this one. It's a tagged shark, one I've seen many times before. But this time, it has a large hook in its mouth. And this is no ordinary hook. This is a very large J hook, the type used purposely to catch a very large fish.
No, that's
Somebody
cuntish.
is
I
trying to
think that's
catch white
cuntish.
sharks.
I don't think that's
And sharks
nice.
with hooks in their mouths can easily become agitated sharks. In fact, one recent shark attack in California was the result of a white shark having been hooked and agitated in an area with swimmers nearby.
Someone put a hook in my mouth. Well, it was a left hook, but I was kind of agitated, I have to say.
Here's another shark. This time, it's not a hook. This shark is actually wrapped in a heavy fishing line, causing the line to rip
That
into its
upsets
skin.
me. That's
I asked the scientists at the Shark Lab at California State University Long Beach to review the footage. They were able to confirm that this is an example of fishing line wrapped around a shark. Here's another shark. Notice the dark patch just in front of the dorsal fin. This is likely a boat strike scar. Alison Towner, a shark biologist in South Africa, who co-wrote a study on shark prop strikes and their healing process.
Well, this has all got very depressing. There we were wanting to look for close encounters with humans, and now it's more humans unnecessarily hurting animals. Here we go.
Who knows? But the reality
Whoa.
is, this is another shark encounter where the shark did not show aggression.
Look how near they are. Look how big it is. How many times have you been in the sea? Look, how far from this? There, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about 6 or 7 meters away, isn't it? Fucking hell. Hello, Pablo. Are you new in these parts? No, we watched that yesterday, mate. We watched it. We've watched it on this channel 2 or 3 times. We're fully aware of Paul Sykes, but good tip nonetheless. If we hadn't have seen it, I would have thanked you. But yeah, we watched it just yesterday. That's why we're on Sharks today.
However, it does underscore the fact that we are in the presence of an apex predator.
No, look at the kids going to the drone. Hey, look. Oh, look at this one looking proper like food. Oh, you know, Ian. Too close. Do you reckon that shark could get there? They can fly through the water, can't they? Wow, that is close. Oh no! Look! Oh, look! The wave took it. Oh no! Now imagine if you're one of those 2 kids, and you would end up finding out about this footage, and you were watching it now. I'd probably start crying. Not even though it didn't get me. Look at that. See you later, Mazdom. You nearly got it right. If that was an N, not an S, I might have shit it out. Oh no, Pablo, just watch that. There's a whole documentary on Paul Sykes, of which the shark bit is just a part of, and the whole documentary is gold. Every single bit. We watched his wedding yesterday as well, which is more gold. Yeah. Thank you, Amy. I was getting a bit concerned. People were thinking I was rabbiting. That's nice. Close the beach, Chief. Let's see if it gets any closer.
Looking at this again, you'll notice one of the kids turns his head 3 times. That's because I'm standing on shore yelling at him and giving the universal shark sign.
Oh, sorry, I thought I had it big. This is the universal shark sign. Does anyone know? Does any of our American or Australian brothers or sisters know the universal shark sign? Is it this? Look, I'm on the beach yelling at them, not yelling at them so much that I still haven't got a perfect shot of the shark 3 meters away from them. Oi, kids, go forward. The universal his sign is swim out more. Swim out more, please, please, please. Wow.
That's because I'm standing on shore yelling at him and giving the universal shark sign. But they did not respond.
Yeah, he did. Look, he's giving it the up yours. Look at, I'll take it back. Look at the one who's sitting on his thing. He's going, check it, look. Check it. Oh, I wish I had the tech to zoom. He's not waving. He's not going like that. He's either giving it the 1 or the deuce. You look at him. The one sitting, he's going. It's how ironic that the bloke you're doing that to can see a great white shark about 4 meters away from you. Look.
Because I'm standing on shore yelling at him and giving the universal shark sign.
It gets even better. Oh, I hope you can see it. The first thing the one sitting on goes like that, as if he's going to shoot it. Really aggressive little kids, and then just there's so much to this. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Try and see him do the gun gesture, then the up yours. Ready? Colt reckons he was taught the shark sign at school. No, I wasn't. Mosley's Tash says not so universal after all. They probably thought he was a pedo. Oh, yeah. Tracking down kids in the sea. Willow says he's doing the universal fuck you sign back. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, look, check him. He does the gun, then the double up yours. Look.
That's because I'm standing
There's
on
the
shore
gun.
yelling at
Boom.
him and giving the universal shark sign.
And there's the double up yours. Look.
But they did not respond.
Oh, actually, on a second
I
look,
spoke to the
might
kids
have been
afterward
thumbs up.
and advised them to not go too far into the water for the time being.
Oh my
I did
God.
not find their parents.
In that context, that's amazing. I did not find their parents. No, you were too late. That's why that shark didn't attack the kids. Little bit fool. I did not find their parents.
The kids, they actually went back in. They just didn't go as far as they were.
They just didn't believe you. Look how close it is. Do me a favor. Look. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, it's almost on top of it.
As a reminder, I am not a marine biologist, but I do provide data to scientists around the world. I encourage
I bet they're like, oh, not this lunatic again. Isaac, even with the dental records, I couldn't find the parents.
independent verification of everything on this channel, and I encourage you to read the citations in the video description below. And if you like this content, please subscribe.
There you go, people. Probably worth a subscription. Mr. Natras, I have to thank you. That has got to be, that's one of the best suggested clips in a long time. For a chill stream, anyway. That was very, very beautiful, very funny, and yeah, quite wonderful stuff. I'm going to give him a subscription. There you go. I'd like to see more of that. Wow. Good call. Very good call. Sharks and nationalists. Well, the white supremacists. For the great white supremacists, it'll be soon. Mosley wants to know what the intergalactically famous shark sign is. Let's see if we can find out what the... let me just show you a couple of shots of Sri Panwar. Because what's incredible about this is we had this on the free because, like I say, Gizzy was right. Look, here's how it works. I'll keep it simple because it is. So she is a TV chef. She was at the height of her fame then, and so it's like the newspaper ring up somewhere to try and get her places to stay, and they want her to keep her sweet, staying somewhere nice. So they found this place where it was $5,000 or something ridiculous a night. And they say, hello, yeah, we've got someone coming out there and they're going to write a piece about street food in Thailand. If you'd like her to, you know, mention your place and how nice it was and what you get, can we have a few nights there? So they're like, yes, right? Or they get it for a little bit cheap or whatever. So when you're there, it's hilarious because the three of us, it was me, her, and her mate. The three of us were fucking wrecked. Like, wake up for breakfast, room service, yeah, 4 bottles of champagne, please. And then it just comes, or 4 ice buckets of champagne. We had an infinity pool in our on our villa that looked over the sea. We had our own beach. We had our own speedboat, 4 outboard motors. There was islands that you could go to that we went to and just hung around on the islands. And then the second day, of course, she said, Chris, can you get any drugs? And I said, yeah, but no, there's no cocaine out here. It will be opium, methamphetamine, you know. And they were like, okay. So I went back to Patong, come back, and it's quite funny. I was in that swimming pool. This is in the novel because this was at the end of my withdrawal. So 5 weeks before this, I was climbing the walls in a brothel, going out of my mind, shit in the bed, and all the other lovely things that happened with withdrawal. And then just a few weeks later, I'm in like an absolute luxurious resort. Paid for by the Sunday Times or something like that. I can't really remember. But let me just grab you a couple of photos so you get an idea of the luxury I was provided. It really was a gorgeous place to stay. I think that is actually the villa we stayed in. I know you can't see anything. Yeah, that is, I spent the night in that bed with Zoe. Nothing happened untoward. Oh, here, so this is the actual room that I stayed in. Have a look at this. These are a few shots of Sri Panwar. I mean, if ever you've got 5K to spare, go to Phuket. It's on the southeast side of the island. Have a look at this villa. Have a look at this room. I stayed in this room. Fucking hell. And these are electric curtains that you remote control. So when you wake up, you just press a button, they go zzz, and that looks out over the sea. So you can see there, that looks out over the sea. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Dr. Science. Nice to see you, mate. Hello, Billy. Right, so there's that one. Okay, moving on. This is the swimming pool. So that's not the swimming pool for your villa, but you can see this square bit in the middle is like where you lay down and you get drinks brought to these tables. If you go over this little drawbridge kind of thing, the bar is like where we're looking at it from. But all this is swimming pools. They're infinity pools. And this one hangs out over the sea. So you just go in there. It was fucking amazing. You know, when you spent three whole weeks without leaving your brothel, and this is another shot of the actual, and that's the infinity pool of the actual villa. I don't know if my cursor's gone. Where's it gone? Yeah, man, nice place. What a shithole. I tell you, it's crazy to think people actually book those places. Someone sent me this. I think it might have been Pags. I don't even know if Pags is in here. But someone sent me this, and I quite liked it, so I've cut it out. Have a look at this. What, we're nearly on 2 hours. Good Lord. Yeah. It says, everyone else who tried this has gotten hurt. And the fault says socialism. He says, everyone else did it the wrong way. And the plug socket says the economy. No, that's exactly what it felt like. That was exactly what I thought the truth will set you free. It was like, wow, actually people come here and holiday, you know. It was about $5,000 a night, but obviously we didn't pay. That was what, you know, when you're sitting there drinking champagne and on opium, it's kind of funny because you're like, and she didn't even try any Thai street food. Her whole article, let me see if I can find the article so you know that I'm not just blagging it. Hang on. I mean, we're going back a while. I don't know if it'll still be on the internet. I think I found it. There we go. May the 10th, 2015. Hang on. Let me just see if it says Sri Panwar, and then I'll share it with you. Ah, I've got a 503 error. What's that? Ah, that's a damn shame. That is it. And I can't load it. Why is that? What's a 503? Anyone know? No. Let me see if I can get it. What's that? Shift, Control, and N. Okay. What is a 503? Does it mean it's not there anymore? I've got it. Why does that happen? I don't know why. What is it? Incognito. Why does incognito suddenly let you do that? Oh, don't do this. Continue reading, you bastards. Damn, that's the article. Ah, I thought I had that thing that let me get through these blocks. What's that called? I had one of those things. Oh, that's such a shame. Right, let me see if I can find it somewhere else. Damn, that's the article. Can anyone get through the Times block? I'll put the link in the chat, and it's because I've got a thing that used to get me through those block things, but I think I've uninstalled it by accident. I'm almost certain that that's the article. I'll put the link in the chat. Hang on. Oh, God, I nearly just closed everything down. Yeah, I used to have a thing that got you through paywalls because when I was in the Times, Sunday Times, which that was, someone said to me, you can get through those. And I did. And there's about 100 other paywalls it gets you through. Is that I thought that's what it was called, John. Unblocker. Does anyone know what that thing's called? Johnny. Hello, Johnny. My whole life is spent on the other side of a paywall. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Paywall. Bypass paywalls web extension for Chrome. Let's just see if it's got the Sunday Times on it. Hang on, it's got a massive list of all the things that it will get through. Because there was no way I was going to give them money after they said I was fucking grooming Nazi children. The Telegraph, what am I looking for? Sunday Times. Ah, damn! They've taken it. It looks like they've taken the Times off it. The Irish Times is on it though. Ah, how have they managed to sort that out? Maybe there's other versions of it. I'll tell you what though, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Look, I've just put the link in the chat. Did I already do that? If anyone else can get that, I think that's it. But that bypassing paywalls thing was brilliant. Oh, excuse me. Hang on, I've got another unpaywall. Add to Chrome. All right, yeah, you can read all my stuff, whatever it is you people do. Okay, good. Right, I've got it. Unpaywall, welcome. Thanks. Now just let me see if I can get that article. Try it now. Great. Right, okay, let's try this. And watch it not work. Just absolute rubbish. How do I uninstall that? Can someone remind me later to uninstall that paywall thing I just... can you share the barred link for tonight's show? Yes, I can. Yeah, absolutely hot as hell. Oh, don't worry about that. Yeah. Yeah. How do I share that, Rags? Did you put it up there? Yeah, that's the one. Can you see the whole article, Billy? Can you read the whole article? Oh, I've certainly been around the block a few times, son. Did I share the Bard's link? I don't know if I have. There you go, people. That's on tonight. What time, Rags? Oh, and guess what, people? There's YouTube are still using that. The thing about this person is not even happy. They're still, every time I go to my analytics on YouTube, I have to see this. It's been there every day now for about 2 weeks. What is it? Send love hearts. Celebrate your fans with love notes. Well, fucking cheer up. Right, where are we? I think I'm kind of done. Right, Billy, you can read it. Does it mention Sri Panwa? SRI, that's one word, PANWA. It might not, but I think that's the article. Or Phuket. Sorry, mate. But if you missed the original, when I showed that before, YouTube are using that image to promote their new thing, Love Notes. And here, warning, I'm going to show it again. The Love Notes, all it is when you make a short, you get those little hearts and that in the background. That's it. That's it. And that has been there. See you later, Rapid Exopsvia. Take care, mate. Look after yourself. Hey, there you go. Look. Good call, Billy. Amazing work. Next, we flew south to Phuket to stay at Sri Panwa Hotel, where we had an insanely beautiful house with 2 pools. We hopped between the beach restaurants on a boat and ate amazing Thai food. Is there any more coming, Billy? Because I'm going to tell people what really happened. Right, let me tell you what actually happened. Oh, nice one, Billy. Oh, God. Listen to this. This is what really happened. So she ate no street food, because to get street food would have meant leaving Sri Panwa and going somewhere horrific and down market where the likes of don't go, right? So she just sat. I had to sit down with her. I've got to get rid of that fucking thing off my screen. Sorry. So she just got me to tell her what the street food in Phuket was like, right? And she was, she'd literally say to me, so what is it? And I go, well, you can get like grilled prawns, and the prawns are about that big, and they give it to you with chili dip. And she'll be like, we had these delightful fresh prawns that you select yourself out of a bucket that are grilled alive and doused in chili. And she never had it, right? When we were actually at Sri Panwa, we did wake up and order 5 bottles of booze and just get on it in the swimming pool, shit faced. We done some cold water extraction on the old codeine. Right? Yeah, look. Thai fried rice and tom yum goong. That's all I ate when I was withdrawing, because that's prawn tom yum, spicy prawn soup. I told her about that. Thai fried rice and tom yum goong. We learned to cook this at the hotel. No, they didn't. Thailand's changed. Opulence and modernity abound. No, only in Sri Panwa. Right, but it gets worse. It gets worse. So part of the deal was, obviously, with the owners of Sri Panwa and the Sunday Times. Thank you, Billy. That's brilliant work. Was that she had to go to the restaurants at Sri Panwa. And it was the last day, right? She couldn't stand up. And she was like, I've got to review the restaurant. I've got to review the restaurant. So me and the other bird have carried her. Now, we're shit-faced as well. We've got her. They had like these little golf buggies to take you around the resort, so you don't have to do it. You don't have to walk. We've sort of managed to throw her into she slumped down in this golf buggy. We had to get another one because we couldn't move her. We've got her to the restaurant. We've carried her in there and thrown her on the seat. All the staff are just like, the other clients weren't too happy, to say the least. Oh, by the way, we'd already got told off for playing our music too loud every hour of every day. She then ordered everything. They came over with a menu that opened up to 3 pages, and she just went, everything. They had to put about 6 tables together, and there was lobsters, there was crabs, there was this, she ordered every single thing because it was all on the free. Hello, Anglo. Oh, mate, we're about to start. That's a terrible shame. Nice to see you, though. Yeah, we ordered absolutely everything. Now, here's the kicker, right? After that, we all had a siesta. Well, she needed to sleep it off, to be honest with you. And then in the afternoon, we got on a speedboat, zoomed out to one of the islands, chilled out. There was a bar in the island. That's where I saw an albino peacock. It's in the novel. But when we were walking back from the bar, it was a little bit like a Thai weeping willow, right? It was a tree with all these strands. And as we walked through it, the sort of strands kind of rubbed over your head. And then we realized we were covered in maggots. So it must be the way there's some kind of fly that lays its eggs on these strands. They turn into maggots and they wait for like people or cows or fuck knows to walk past. Yeah, but I was all right. I had a number 2 shaved head and that was it. But Gizzy had a beehive and the other bird had like big sort of wavy blonde hair. They were picking maggots out of each other's hair for about half hour. When we got back to the villa, the opium and the weed had gone missing, and so I had to be the scapegoat. So I said, look, yeah, I'll go back to fucking Patong. I'll miss the next few days here. So if it comes on top and they come back and say, we found illegal drugs in here, you can say, oh, yeah, sorry, it must have been that bloke that came. He's gone now. It was really that, and it pissed me off a little bit because I didn't ask for any drugs. I just got off smack. And suddenly I had to be the junkie. Do you know what I mean? I had to be the one they wanted drugs, and then I had to leave so that they had a scapegoat. And it was a bit, I just sort of felt like I left that life behind. Yeah, together, of course. But they were half asleep, so, it was brilliant. Nice one, Arklow Rocks. Machano Capuchina Suti. Only just dropped into the Scrubtonia as the old Uke station, as the old Uke situation. No, I'm saving that for a longer. This is a chill stream, but I will do. Has the old Ukraine situation been discussed yet? Not too sure where I stand on the whole thing yet. No, me neither. Haven't had a look at enough information on it or anything, but obviously we will cover that. Nice one, Arklow. Machano Kapasha Tutu. Right, people, I've done 2 hours. I've got about 19 work messages down there, so I'm going to have to swim on out of here. It's been an absolute pleasure. I do like these streams. I do like the ones where we clips and that, but sometimes it's nice just all hanging about and chatting. And look, 2 hours has flown by. Well, it feels like it has for me anyway. Some funny little stories. Nice to talk to you all. You've been on fire. Thank you to the people who donated. Thank you to everyone who chatted. Thanks to Rags and Steve for looking after the place. Hello, Howard. Nice to see you, mate. Thank you, mate. I mean, it's just a question of practice, really. Thanks, John. That's appreciated. We'll have a little bit of Alex Jones to say goodbye. You can still throw some money at me if you want. Where the hell is it? I'm angry. How many of you find yourself singing it? Once I play it, it's stuck in my head all day. It's a strangely, it's a strangely good song, isn't it? It's weird. For a sort of like a joke song, it's very good. Poke the Bear said, Colette's got a good take on the Ukraine situation. Oh, okay, I'll have a look at that. That might be interesting. I heard he lost another bank account. That's 5 now, I think. Fucking hell. Free speech. No. All right. Hello, Pax Max. Nice to see you, mate. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bless you all. I might stream later, but I probably won't because I'm trying to disrupt my routine. But who knows? I might get a bit lonely. Ta-da!
System, the government store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. bunch of Christian murderous scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive. You're selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we want to eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot-bellied goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
That's the line I always find myself singing weirdly. Thank you, Chris Evans. All right, people. Don't forget the Bard stream is on. I'll link it in my Telegram. Get on my Substack. Sign up to it, and you'll get the 7 SUBSTACK sent to you. I'll get it done this weekend if I don't have a fucking headache. Ta-da! Hoita!